Hey guys, it's me, Christina Marie. I have a new foundation, a very exciting foundation. I love Revlon foundations, just FYI. They are some of my favorite of all time. But when they came out with this, I was like, I gotta get it. I gotta try it for you guys. I gotta tell you, is it worth your money or not? So this is here, the Revlon new PhotoReady Candid Foundation.
It's a natural finish anti-pollution foundation in the color 150 Creme Brulee. In the back here, it says that foundation is a medium buildable coverage with no harsh chemicals, anti-pollution, antioxidants, anti-blue light, and oil-free.
Okay, well, we're gonna test it out right now. Oh, FYI, guys, I did put on the Revlon PhotoReady Pore Reducing Primer on my skin. That's why I have a little bit more of a white tint going onto my skin right now. It just looks like that in camera. It's really not white, it's just mattified. Okay, guys, so what do you think? I think it looks really, really pretty. Is it a mattified look? Is it a dewy look? No, it is matte. It's not an extreme matte, but it is matte, as you can see. Does it cover all the redness? This is all, I mean, look at this, from this to this. That's huge, and you can see how much redness I have on the side of the nose versus this side. I think it looks fantastic. Okay, guys, so my makeup is finished. There were a little bit of issues finishing up my makeup. Tell you so you guys know about this beauty blender, how it didn't like blend the foundation very well. So I went to my go-to beauty blender, which is very soft and squishy. Well, the problem that I had was that I had to work this foundation a lot harder than I work the other Revlon foundations, like the full coverage Colorstay foundation that just came out, which was amazing, and their Colorstay, this is their classic 24-hour wear. So I had to work this a lot harder than most their other foundation lines, and I did notice that it kept coming up off my nose, so I had to put, I don't know, I think I have like about four coats on my nose of the foundation, just because I would pat it down and then it would remove. It did remove with this one, obviously, but it even removed with my go-to beauty blender, and then I just had to keep patting it down, and eventually it stayed, and I set it right away. But I'm personally, I mean, it looks great on camera, and I'm still going to do all my check-ins to see if it lasts, and maybe it will get better with time. But I kind of don't like it close up. I'm going to zoom you guys super close, how it settled underneath my eye, and this just could be that it's a mattified formula and it just does this. But let me just zoom you guys close so you guys can see. Okay, you guys can see. So underneath my eyes, like, it just kind of made all those little tiny lines, like, accentuated, and it makes me look like my eyes are old. But with their other foundations, this is always nice and smooth, but for some reason it collects like that. And mind you, I did set my makeup right away after I put it on, so I shouldn't be having that. And I did spray my face down in a setting spray, so it should look smooth. Now if I move down here, okay, down at my lip, so doesn't it look like I'm a smoker and I have lip lines? Because a lot of smokers get these type of lines in their lips from doing this or something. But I don't. It almost looks like it accentuates any type of line on your face. And it looks like I have little lines that, I mean, accentuates everything. Get close up to my eye. Doesn't my eye look like I'm tired and like older than I am? Okay, so I wanted you guys to see that close up. I don't think it looked very good, but maybe as time goes on and my oils start to produce today, maybe the foundation will start looking better. But those little attention to details, I personally don't like, because with their other formulas that I showed you, those go on matte just as well, and they don't do that on my skin. And then it took me 2 times longer to put this on than it does other foundations. So I'm still going to do the check-ins. Let's see if it's actually worth it or not. But those attention to detail little parts that I showed you, I really don't prefer. Hey guys, this is 3.5 hours later. I do have to say, when my oils start coming out, it makes the foundation look a little bit nicer. But you can still see like how my eyes, they just looked aged right here. And by the way, there is a small portion right here where I haven't touched my eyes at all. But it just kind of looks like the foundation just rubbed off. And you can see how red I am right here, that it came off on that corner right there, but that's where I'm the most oiliest. So I have my one ply Scott toilet paper here. I'm gonna go ahead and push my makeup down, see if it will re-adhere like all their other products do. Okay guys, that is a lot of oil that came off my skin, and the foundation did push right back down and it stayed put, so that's pretty good. Now I do recommend, if you try this foundation, to put like a heavy eye cream on your eyes. Otherwise you're gonna look old, have old looking eyes, kind of like I do right here, where it looks like I didn't get any sleep. I think I slept like 9 hours last night, so that was plenty of sleep. Anyways, I'll check back in again and see you guys in a bit. Look, I'm gonna walk into the snow so you guys can see actually how much snow is coming down. Look how big these chunks are. You see it, like, look at that. Isn't that amazing? Hey guys, you can see this is 6 hours later and I started to produce more oils. See how shiny I am? Especially like my nose. So I got my Scott one-ply toilet paper. I'm gonna go ahead and push it all down, see if it re-adheres. Okay guys, so this is how much oil got removed off of my skin. You can see that. Now, it did all push right back down. That's great, but it did lift. You see where I'm red right here? You can see my strawberry. You see where I'm red right here? So it did lift on the two corners of my nose that produced the most oil. Does that happen all the time? No, because their other foundations didn't do that as much, but it did everything else. It did push right back down. So that just keep in mind, that is my oiliest part of my face. Reese and I are out having some drinks. Show them your awesome, what is this called?
Lemon drop.
A lemon drop. We're gonna do a check-in in the restroom in a little bit. It's been many hours later. Okay guys, 10 hours later, I'm gonna push it down. Everything re-adhered. I'll check in once again. Okay guys, so I have been wearing this foundation for 11 hours. You guys can see I'm oily again, but the foundation did re-adhere every time I pushed it down with a one-ply toilet paper. It kind of just pushed right back down onto my skin, took off all the oils. Come on, it looks great. It really does. Now, my suspicions that it was going to start looking better as I started producing oil was accurate, because like it doesn't look as drying now in those areas that I disliked, especially around my lips. Now, did it hold up completely? No, you can see some, this is where I get the most oiliest, right there and right there, and that foundation right there came off a tad bit. Everything else kind of just pushed right back down. You can see where my glasses sit, how I'm red under it, because obviously it's going to come off where my glasses sit. But for 11 freaking hours, this looks really good. Now, the one bad thing that I'm going to say is that I absolutely dislike the fact that it makes my eyes look older. I know even at that distance, you can see these lines. All the other foundations, I don't have to put extra moisturizers on under my skin. So I have no idea why it does this under my eyes. I would say that if you're going to purchase this foundation, to put a heavier moisturizer under your eye. Did I give this a thumbs up? I did. Is it my favorite foundation? No. Was it a little bit harder to work with, especially like within my nose area? Yes. Once I got it on, did it last all day? Yes. So overall, I will say I give this foundation a thumbs up. Is it my favorite? No. Like I had mentioned, I do prefer their other Revlon foundations that I had shown you earlier. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope you guys give this video a thumbs up. Hit the little subscribe button and the tiny little bell next to it for notifications of new videos. I'm Christina Marie. I'm out. Bye.